Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna dive into this glam look featuring full glam, flawless skin, kind of, almost. Dramatic, bold and smoky eyes paired with bold red lipstick. Always a good combo. But I'm not only gonna show you how I achieved this look, cause why would you care? I'm also gonna share with you some important tips and teach you professional ways to blend your eyeshadows and apply red lipstick so that both of them will stay all night long. If you're new to this channel, welcome aboard! Dana here, pro makeup artist, with a new video, tutorials, demonstration, makeup basics, trends, every Friday at 10 a.m. So if you want to join the party, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. Let's get started. Okay, let's talk shop. In case you haven't seen my recent video on my current wish list, I'll add a link to it right here or here, not sure. I recently purchased the award-winning, raved about Cosmetics CC Cream, and I'm so excited to try it on since it's been on my wish list from probably the moment that it launched. So yeah, let's give it a go. Now, though I'm not going to review this product in this video, A, there are tons of videos out there reviewing this Cosmetics CC Cream, and B, I don't want this to be a 2 hours long video. I am going to tell you that it claims to have really good skincare qualities like collagen, hyaluronic acid, and many other hydrating formulas. It also has SPF 50+, which is irrelevant in this case since I'm going for an evening look, but still, it's always nice to have this, so let's just give it a go, shall we? Oh, I forgot to mention that I applied the IT Cosmetics Confidence and a Cream Moisturizer beforehand. The CC Cream is supposed to be applied on clean skin, but you know what, that just doesn't sit well with me. So I applied the moisturizer maybe 30 minutes before I sat down to film this. I think that's a nice compromise. Also, the shade that I'm using is medium tan, and I used 2 pumps of this for the entire face. Okay, so I did my brows off camera and I wanted to let the CC cream absorb, sit into my skin, do whatever it is supposed to do, and I have to tell you that I quite like it. I like the medium to full yet natural feel to it. I wouldn't necessarily call this a full coverage CC cream, but I like how it looks. I usually don't go for full coverage foundations or CC creams, but I like how this is performing. At first I was a bit nervous because I thought it was a bit too yellow for me, but now that it's on my skin for a while now, I don't know if I got used to it or it oxidized a little bit, but I think it looks much better. So good, yeah, I'm happy. For bronzer, I'm going to mix 2 foundations today. I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Face and Glow foundation in the number 95, and I'm going to mix in some of my Graftobian foundation from this palette right here. And I'm going to use this shade, and I might mix in a little bit of this shade, which is a bit cooler. We'll see how it goes. Now, I usually use the Face Glow foundation to bronze my skin, but for today's look, I wanted to add a tiny bit of a cooler tone to my bronzer to make it more of a bronzing / contouring hybrid, since I am going for a more dramatic look, extremely more dramatic. So I took a bit of each, mixed them together and applied them on the lower part of my cheekbones, my forehead, jawline, and I'm also shaping my nose, just a little. I quite like my nose, but sometimes you just want to go full on, you know? To set that, I'm using the Natasha Denona bronzer in Warm, and I think we're ready for the eye makeup. starting with some eye base. This one is by NYX, and I apply this all over my lid and then set it with some translucent powder. Okay, so now it's time for some heavy lifting, and we're doing the eyes next. I'm going to start from the outer portion of my eyes and going inwards, and the eyeshadows I'm going to use are the Blackest Black by Natasha Denona and several eyeshadows from the Naked Smoky palette, probably all of these ones from the gray to the lightest bronze. Okay, let's do this. I zoomed you in because I want you to take a good look at what I'm doing. And I'm starting with the Blackest Black, the darkest eyeshadow that I'm going to use today on the outer corners of my eyes. Dip it into it with my Morphe M432 brush, and I'm going to stare straight into my mirror to draw an outer V. Something like that. And now that I have this lower outline, I'm going to draw a line that is almost straight into where my crease actually folds, which is right here. So taking a little bit more of the eyeshadow and something like that. I start by taking a small brush like this and filling this outer V with the same black shimmery eyeshadow to create this kind of triangle. Okay, so I have my outer V already in place, and now it's time to create this seamless transition gradient flow between black and dark gray and brown and gold. Now, all the shadow I'm going to use in this tutorial are shimmery, but this would work with every color that you want, every shade. Any finish, you could rock this look with bright colors that are all matte. You do whatever you do. It's the principle and the technique that matters. Now, the trick here is not necessarily to blend your eyeshadows forever, but rather to place them in the right order and in the right way to get that no harsh line thing. And don't worry, I make it sound really complicated. I promise you it's not. I'll explain exactly what I'm doing while I'm doing it, and you'll see. Okay? Okay, let's do this. I'm using the same brush to mix the black with Armor from the Naked Smoky palette, and I'm placing it just at the edges of that black triangle. And this is how I move from one shade to another. Instead of blending, I'm mixing the shades as I go forward and create a soft transition without the need of blending, which makes it so much faster and easier. Okay, so I did the other eye off camera, though I could have done it in front of the camera because it literally took me less than a minute. It's that easy. For the finish touch on the top lid, I'm going to take this Blend-In Crease brush by Real Techniques, and with the bronzer that I used on my face, I'm going to ever so slightly run it on the edge of everything that we did so far. The idea behind this step is that, though this is a very dramatic look, I don't want to have any harsh transitions between all these dark shades and my lid. I want to have something that connects between them in a more harmonic way, if that makes sense. Okay, I think this is coming along quite nicely. I'll do some concealer and the lower lid, since if I don't do that, I'll just look like this. I cleaned my under eye from the fallout, and now I'm using the MAC concealer palette to neutralize any discoloration I have under my eyes, but also to brighten the area. On top of that, I used my Bobbi Brown corrector. I feel that's the perfect combo for me that helps me to fight these under eyes of mine. And of course, to prevent any creasing, I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I think it's time for the lower lash line. Now there's no really a point to use the 700 shadows that I used on my top lid, so I'm just going to use the blackest black on the outer part, mix in one of the silvery grayish tones with one of the browns for the middle part. And using the gold shadow for the inner portion of my eyes. Again, going in with my bronzer to finish that off and make the transition as seamless as possible. For my waterline, I'm using my Inglot Black Coal for the top and bottom waterlines. I've talked about this step before and how important it is to achieve that darkness without any interruptions by bare and clear waterline. So don't get lazy and get it done. For lashes, I'm using these Ardell Demi Wispies, and voila! Now that we are all catty and sexy eye looking, I'm going to do my lips. So let me just wipe the lip balm I applied earlier and go in with this lip liner by Natasha Denona in L17. This would help me define my lips because, as you know, with red lipstick, you just have to be perfect, no room for mistakes. So the lip liner helps me sketch my lips before going in with the big guns. Then I'm going to go over that with my Sephora liquid lipstick. I love this shade. It's a true red, sexy, matte, and gorgeous, gorgeous lipstick. And I think it's perfect for this eye look. I really do. That blotting thing that I did with the tissue paper, you know, and applying the lipstick again would really help the lipstick to stay on all night. You know, it is lipstick and you are putting a lot of effort in it. You might as well use it, right? You know what I mean. It will help the longevity of the lipstick if you want to stay all professional and appropriate. I've waited till I finish with my eyes and lips to decide on which blush I'm gonna use, and I think because I have, you know, smoky eyes and bold lips, I'm gonna go for something more neutral and natural, and in this case I'm gonna use this Milk blush and cheek kind of duo. To be honest, I'm looking for just a hint of freshness and not to stay all glam and serious, you know what I mean? Perfect. Of course, I'm finishing everything with some highlighter from Cover FX on the high points of my cheeks, my nose bridge, and my inner corner. Last touch, I'm running a bit of my MAC Skin Finish, mainly on my T-zone, but really all over. With this look, I don't want to take any chances, so I'm locking everything in place, and yep, that's it, guys. This is it, you guys. Was a bit of a long process, but I think it's totally worth it. I really like it, and I'm ready to go and hit the road and pull on an all-nighter. I mean, wash it off and watch some Netflix. That's what happens when you live in one of America's hotspots for COVID and you don't go anywhere. But maybe you do. Maybe you live in New Zealand, or maybe you already got sick and recovered. But anyway, if you're recreating this look, please let me know. I'd love to see how it turned out. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to this channel. What else you gotta do these days? No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and especially to you guys who are still watching this. I know it was quite a long video today, but hopefully you learned something new. Until we meet again, stay safe and enjoy your weekend. See you next time. Mwah. Bye.